This video demonstrates the benefits and use of the Total Station Editor, which is a new utility that was added to the TBC version 350. Here's an example of a survey drawing after processing feature codes and doing CAD work inside TBC. If I turn on the Total Station observations, you can see that most of those points were obtained by doing total station work. Previously, if you wanted to get a better understanding of the sequence of your measurements and what the field operator has been doing, you can go to the Project Explorer, you can expand the imported files, you can expand the JXL, and then you can kind of reconstruct and get yourself more familiar with what has been done in the field. In order to do that more efficiently, from the survey ribbon under optical group, you can launch the Total Station Editor, and you can select the JXL file, and that opens the Total Station Editor utility in which you can quickly review and get yourself familiar with the field procedures and verify that everything was done according to your company standards. So if you expand the station setup, you can see that the instrument was positioned at the point A1, and that was a keyed in point, and the backsend was taken to the point B, which was also a keyed in grid point. On the further station setups on the point KR, the setup was the standard resection. You can see the setup coordinate and you can see the observations, so you can expand the utility. Icons tell you what type of observation this was, so this icon represents a backside, and if the triangle is open on the right hand side, you can see that was a phase 1. If it was open on the left hand side, it was a phase 2. So you can see that the backside was shot on the point M1 in phase 1 and then in phase 2. Then we turned the instrument to point A1 in phase 1 and then A1 in phase 2 and then B in phase 1 and phase 2, and that completed our station setup, after which we were taking regular topo shots mostly in phase 1 towards these observations. So the first benefit of using this Total Station Editor is that unlike the Project Explorer where you can follow the sequence of measurements, you don't have those observation information. Here at one location you can simply read the chronological sequence of observations as well as the instrument readings. Note that since readings were captured directly from the instrument, you don't have the ability to edit those measurements. You only have the ability to edit the measurements that were keyed in the data collector. Another purpose of the Total Station Editor is in case you have some historical data or plots or traverses that were keyed in but you don't have the digital records of your data. Using the Total Station Editor you can now key those in. Here's another example with the handwritten notes with the observations. So now if you're in a blank TBC project, you can simply launch the Total Station Editor. You can choose your station setup, give your instrument point a name, and specify the instrument height. You can specify a northing, easting, and elevation, or if it is a known coordinate, you can just select it from the list. And now you can follow the same Trimble access-like procedures to continue keying in your observations. So in this case, let's say the azimuth was 90. Say next. Horizontal angle was 0, vertical angle was 90, and slope distance was 500. Say store. You need some projection definition, and now you can see the station setup, the coordinate 1, and the backside azimuth to the point 4, and you can see that observation here. If you say OK, you can see that measurement has been created here in the plan view. You can now continue adding observations and say add observation and add observation to point 501 with a target height of 2 meters. Horizontal angle is 65, vertical is 90, 10, slope distance is 200, store, and you can continue adding as many observations as you want. You can add stations and so forth. If you click OK, you can see all those measurements created in the plan view. Under the imported file, you can see that information here as well, and you can see those points created. If you right click on the properties, you will see the properties of the total station observation, so it behaves as any other vector or data that you may import directly from the field. That concludes our video on using Total Station Editor for data review and QC, as well as ability to key in field notes and total station observations directly into TBC.